Alright, welcome to the Soapbox. Let's talk about diabetes. If it says 0 sugar, is it really good for a diabetic? Okay, first off, let me explain. I am not an expert, nor am I a doctor. Even though I've played one every now and then. Okay. Are you listening? Are you listening? Let's talk about blood sugar. In the word sugar. Yeah, sugar is bad. It can raise your blood pressure, your blood sugar up. Even natural sugars out of bananas and apples. You can eat those, but moderate. What she told me was basically you can eat anything you want. Now, orange juice, unless your blood sugar is way low, don't drink orange juice. Not unless you're trying to get it out. Also, she said, like I said, you can eat anything you want, but in proportion. And I mean proportions. Proportions. Like, you go by total carbs. You don't go by net carbs or alcohol fibers or anything like that. You go by net carbs. Now, she got me on a 30 carb per meal, even though my diabetic doctor was going to raise it a little bit. He said she's right. So we did 30 carbs. Now what she means by that, and this is how she explained it to me. For breakfast, I'm allowed 30 carbs. I can eat gravy, I can eat a biscuit, I can eat whatever, but it all has to bound up to 30 carbs. So she said, I'll give you $30 for breakfast. You only spend 20 of it. That extra 10, you can't use it for lunch or supper because it's gone. So I was only allowed 30 carbs. And of course there's different ways of doing that. A lot of people do the keto, but you got to have some carbs in there. So like if you have a biscuit, only eat half a biscuit. If you want a little bit of gravy, get a little bit of gravy. If you want jelly on it, you need to look and see what the carbs is. Being a diabetic is something different. You really got to watch what you eat. And I do mean watch what you eat. So, we've talked about that, about, total carbs. What else can we talk about?
Talking to Sonic, may I take order, please?
Yeah, give me a #1 cheeseburger. Can I get that lettuce wrapped? And a small...
I'm sorry, we have shredded lettuce. We can put it in a container with no bun.
Nah, just put it on a bun. And then a small tater tot and a Diet Dr. Pepper.
A #1 with tots and a Diet Dr. Pepper?
Uh-huh.
You need ketchup?
No.
All right, your total is $902. Thank you.
Okay, there you have it. Some places, when you go to them, like if you want a burger, they'll do a lettuce wrap. Of course, I'm at Sonic. I've heard that some Sonics do it, but this one right here will not. So we're just going to have to wait. I'll show you what you might be able to do, because normally if you do a lettuce wrap, you can have a small tot. That way you can cut down on your carbs. But we'll come back to it. Okay, here we go. Of course, got my Diet Dr. Pepper. There's no carbs. Small order of tots. And my cheeseburger. Now, what you could do, you could either take off the top, which has got all the stuff on it, or just take off the bottom. That will save you some carbs, but you still got to eat it. Or I could have done what she said, just put it in a container without the bread and probably use the fork and eat it that way. So you don't have a lot of options when you go out to a restaurant. That's what I'm saying. So you've got to pick and choose what you want. Now, I cannot eat the tots and eat this, but I still probably need to take off one of the pieces of bread. My head is cocked, yeah, I know. So the decision is yours, what you want to do. But the point of this is, when you go out to eat, places are not diabetic friendly. Okay, here's something else we can talk about. How many of you know how many types of diabetes there is? Little horse tonight. Okay, is there 1, 2, 5? Actually, there's 2. There's type 1 and type 2. Now, I'm a type 2, which means I can take the pills, and I can do that 1 a day shot. And I also do a once a week shot to control my A1C. That is your blood sugar, and they average it, 90 days. They take a 90-day average to get your blood sugar, your A1C. Now, A1C needs to be below 7. Anyway, a type 1 is a little bit different. I'm not really going to get into a type 1 because I'm not a type 1, and I've been talking to a diabetic specialist about coming on here and talking about it a little bit more. But I will tell you that 2 good friends of mine, one of them's a childhood friend, Sammy, they have to wear a pump inside right here to regulate their blood sugar, their insulin. So they check their insulin. When it drops real low, they can increase the insulin that they need to stabilize it. So there are 2 types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Now, what else you want to talk about? Okay, now let's talk about zero sugar. These right here, and I'm going to put up here on the side, it's got 16 grams of carbs. It's got 3 grams of dietary fiber. Now, if you're checking your nets, that means you subtract 3 from your 16. But like I said, she told me no, total carbs. So that's what you got to look at. And there's 3 pieces, so 3 pieces is equal to 16 grams. Of course, everybody loves Hershey's. Loves Hershey's. Alright, these are 2.5. Now, how do they get 2.5? 2.5. Wait a minute. Yep, about 2.5 servings per container. Serving size is 4 pieces. I'm sorry, 4 pieces. And it's a total of 19 carbs, 19 grams. Dietary fiber is 3. Sugar alcohol is 15. But you go by your net. Alright, let's go one more here. Because Russell Stover's. God, love Russell Stover's. 19 grams again. And it's only 2 pieces at 19 grams of carbs. Dietary fiber is 5. Sugar alcohol is 13 grams. But once again, you go by total carbs. Now, everybody, they say if it's white, don't eat it. Of course, everybody likes Dukes, but I'm a JFG type of guy. And it is 0 carbs. 0 carbs. 1 tablespoon. 0 carbs. Alright, coleslaw. Everybody loves coleslaw. Coleslaw is about a half a cup, and it is 19 grams. 2 grams of dietary fiber. 16 grams of total sugars. No alcoholic sugars though, but hey. Once again, total carbs. You got to start looking at the list, baby. Alright, of course, sour cream. Sour cream goes good on baked potatoes. It goes good, you know, basically anything, especially Mexican food. We got 2 tablespoons servings. It's a total of 2 grams. 2 carbs. 2 grams, 2 carbs for 2 tablespoons. Now I'm just going to throw another one in here because they think all vegetables doesn't have any carbs. Well, they do. But here is some tomato juice. It is a total of 7 grams of carbs. 1 gram of dietary fiber. No sugar alcohols. So anyway, 7. Once again, she told me, now it all depends on your doctor how many total carbs they want you to have per meal, and she's got me on 30. And so, you know, you have to read everything on there. Just if you want to make your own cheeseburger at home and don't use no bread, but you want to put ketchup on it, ketchup has got carbs because it's got sugar. You got to make it with sugar. So everything you put on there, you're going to have to look at some labels here, people, to make sure that you stay into that. If you want bread, you might have to sacrifice the fries or the baked potato. If you love barbecue and you don't think barbecue sauce has sugar in it, you're totally wrong. It's got carbs. So look at your labels. Now what do you think? Okay, welcome to the Soapbox. Even though I'm driving, so in conclusion, number 1, I said a couple of times you got to watch your net carbs. When I was talking about the candies, I meant total carbs. I know I said total carbs a few times, but total carbs, people, total carbs. Okay, now gotta wait on traffic here. I'm going across the lanes here. This is what I think. And now I want your comments. Let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? What's going on? But as far as diabetics go, restaurants and convenience stores do not cater to diabetics. I don't know why, because there's so many diabetics in the world. But you have to pick and choose what you eat. Like I said, she told me that you can have anything you want. It's just in moderation, you know, proportions. Something needs to change, though, because if you're on a road trip, what are you going to do? You know, a lot of these convenience stores don't have salads, and you ain't going to eat a salad 24/7. It's rough. So, tell me what you think, what needs to be changed, what you need to do. Then if you're diabetic, tell everybody how you cope with it. Once again, like, subscribe, it's all free. Leave a comment, please. Hit the like button. Ring the bell and do a little dance. Now the boys are back at the house. I'm on the road again. So till next time, we'll see you on the Soapbox.